Hi, welcome. Thank you for being here. I hope you are having a beautiful day, a beautiful night. We're going to dive in, get you some clarity, see what would be helpful to focus on and know about today. This reading is timeless, so whenever it finds you, it's the right time. See what resonates, leave what doesn't. Remember that divine inner guidance. It's in you. Sometimes things make sense later as well, but if it really just doesn't feel like it's your message, it's for somebody else. Try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so your decisions are sound and based in love and for the highest and greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. We're going to start with the mystery deck and maybe go back and forth, clarify each of these as we go. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ consciousness, our higher selves, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. What is the first focus to know about today that would be helpful? Please and thank you. Give it another try with new eyes. So you have to do something that you were doing, but you have to see it from a different perspective. I feel like there's something that was a solution or another option or another direction, and it was right in front of you the whole time, but you were just missing it. You know when you lose something in your house and you tear your house apart, and then 3 days later you sit on the couch and you look in front of you and it's like right there on the coffee table. You're like, I literally dumped every drawer. How is it right there the whole time? So maybe some of you lost something. You're gonna find something, but I feel like there is a solution. Or I see an idea here. There's all these little balls, these spheres. So it is seeing something in not just a flat perspective, but spherical. Also, all of these little balls are floating, so the lighter perspective of a situation. And I feel like some of you tried something and it was an idea you were really into. It made you excited, but something didn't work. And that, I see them like balloons. It kind of deflated you a little bit, deflated your energy. Like, oh man, it's just not working. I feel like it will work. You just have to adjust something. I'm also seeing maybe be a little more flexible with how it flows, where it goes, how it grows. Let's see what needs to be given another try, but with new eyes. Let's go. Yeah, I'm grabbing this one. Let's do the tarot. Tell us a little more about Do It Again. I think that's a Steeley Dan song. Maybe something in those lyrics. Clarify. Give it another try, but with new eyes, a different perspective, a fresh approach. Also, self-realization, self-responsibility. Oh, wow. Yeah, you definitely need to give that idea another go around. You have the Ace of Wands. That's like, the big heart-on of the universe. It's a very masculine energy, but it's a spark of spirit. It's creative. So maybe it's the creative approach to something. I also feel like this is something that's going to, I want to say a wake-up call really fast. It's going to feel really different. Maybe there's something with hummingbirds. The hummingbird, when it sleeps, its heart rate goes really, really slow. Its body temperature gets really, really low. Sometimes people think there's something wrong with those little birds. What's wrong with the cute little hummingbird? It's just chillaxing. It really almost shuts down everything when it's sleeping to conserve all of that energy it needs, because as soon as the sun comes out, it's like, oh, here we go, I'm alive. Gotta find some food. They can also hover and fly all different ways. There's something really special about the hummingbird. I feel like if this is you, I just heard you can fly circles around your competition. If you have any competition, it's no competition. But there is somebody here equally as vibrant as you. different. It's like a different color, but they're just as strong, just as fast. There's something that's going to happen really fast. You have to, I'm getting that your soil was off, or the foundation was off. And it feels like all of a sudden when you see something is about to enter into the right, I'm getting the right, I hear environment, but I feel like it has to do with a season, because this is a cherry blossom, but it's like a cherry blossom that's also a bonsai tree. So it's small. You can hold this potential, but it needs to be planted. If you just hold that bonsai tree in your hands, you know, throughout the season, the roots have nowhere to grab onto, to, you know, provide that stability. So I do feel like there's something about moving a foundation. Maybe that's part of what you need to see differently. But look at all this energy that's here. Also, there's something about two. Maybe it's a dynamic with you and someone else. But when I look at, I mean, that looks like a cherry blossom to me. When I see cherry blossoms, I always think of New York City. And I used to jog around the reservoir, and every spring on the one side, on the east side, those cherry blossoms would bloom and they'd be amazing. It's like pink snow on the ground, but they wouldn't be quite ready to go on the west side. And then about 2 weeks later, it would switch, you know, depending on how the sun went. And 2 weeks later, the whole west side would be beautiful and pink, and it was just gorgeous. So there's something about a 2-week period, or maybe that month. And there's something that's ready to get going really fast. You have to attend that spiritual fire though. If something, what did I see? Something deflated. If something fizzles out that, you know, masculine, excitement, that you want to pursue something, because this is excitement. It's energy. If you let something fizzle away, it's not going to burn brighter as it should, because this has the potential, high rose, to be a spiritual bonfire that won't ever go out. But you have to put more energy into that sparkly thing inside of your soul and spirit to allow it growth. I think Rose needs my attention. Before I pull another card, I'm going to let her outside because I think that's what she's asking me for. I'll be right back. All right, I'm going to bounce today to different things. So let's clarify this Ace of Wands with an animal oracle card, a spirit animal card. What is a message that would be helpful to know about with this passionate start? Is that something is going to change? You have all of these cool little things that fly really fast. You have a dragon. Wow. You have hummingbirds, a butterfly, and now a dragonfly. The dragonfly has that, you know, the 4 little wings that each have their own little situation to go in. And you have 2 things that can fly, like hover backwards, upside down, however they want. And then you have this energy of rebirth. Something's really going to change. Something is definitely going to blossom all at once. I hear feel a lot better, get a lot easier. Maybe you felt like something was really hard. You had a, like, what is that? A rock and hard stone, rocky terrain. Something is going to change. Maybe it was crawling around a little too long, like the caterpillar, a little too much slumber at night and not waking up when the sun came out, not the right nourishment to keep you going. I am getting there's been a change in your health, a change in your diet, a change in your energy. All of these energies can fly. So there's also something about both being grounded, being inspired, and freedom, flight, new territory, new terrain, new chances, new opportunities. Also this lotus. The lotus here comes out of the mud. That big, strong flower blossoms out of a muddy situation. So there's something that's finally clearing up or feeling, I just keep hearing healing. So maybe some of you have healed from something that happened in the past, heartache, something emotional, or it could be something physical as well. But I'm also getting that this has caused a lot of spiritual growth in you. Let me get my glasses and see what this is. Change. There's something about a lily pad. I hear hop to it, but I thought of the lily and the Annunciation, and there might be something about 2 weeks, a month, or 3 days. 3 days to decide. In 3 days, there's a decision. In 3 days, there's a huge change. I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. That's a beautiful affirmation to say. I feel like that is something that would be hugely transformative for you to tell yourself, even if it sounds kind of silly to like wake up and look in the mirror, be in the shower and say, you know, I am brilliant and I am blessed. It's just a beautiful energy that does change your vibes, change your vibrations. It's also telling you you're going to reinvent yourself. You're in transformation, reinventing yourself, letting go of the past with courage. Maybe that's something that you have to let go of. Maybe there was a change, you know, in something that I hear maybe was dragging on too long. And once you uproot yourself, follow this energy of joy, that's when all of these changes start to happen. But change isn't always easy. I'm getting that this is something that is long overdue and feels so much better, and you or someone else has known that it was a necessary change. It had happened. It says, reinvent yourself. I just thought of that. I think it's the Hangman in the Art of Life tarot. It says, when I let go of who I am, I become what I might be. Something like that. You have the brilliance to share with the world. Love every part of your journey. So even if you're still kind of in the cocoon, you're not quite ready to come out yet, eventually those wings are going to start to feel a little itchy and you're going to want to fly. You got to, you know, take a little leap of faith. You got to give something a try, step up to bat, give something a go, or you're never going to know. Especially if here you've been hoping to give something another try, but waiting for the right time. I feel like the time is always right in the now. It's never out then, because now is the actual time that you have, that you get. So, I don't know why I'm feeling a little procrastination. And I hear organization. And I don't know why. So it could be organizing the numbers, organizing some books and papers or your notes. You know, if you're trying to put together, I see a book or a presentation, maybe getting yourself a little more organized makes you feel better. Or it could be organizing, you know, your underwear drawer, whatever it is. If there's something you're kind of putting off, I feel like once you get going, it's going to flow really fast and it's going to overall feel a lot better, because I feel like there's something that was sitting there. Like, you got to get to it. You got to get to it. Oh, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And it was being put off way too long. And once you just take that leap, spread your wings, you know, go in a different direction, give something a try, start something, begin something. I feel like that first step is the hardest part. And once you step, you're good. You're going to feel a lot better. It's like you're thinking about that first step so much, you're not taking any steps. If that doesn't feel like your energy, that could be how somebody else is moving or how somebody else was feeling. So let's go back to the mystery deck. What's another message? What's another message that would be helpful on change, rebirth? Ace of Wands. And give it another try with new eyes. Please and thank you. Coming. It's coming soon. Something's coming soon. Oh, I want to know what it is. Let's get nosy. So, I mean, I did see the 3 days or 2 weeks or a month. There's something that's on its way. It's also an idea, because this is like a big cloud. Maybe the clouds are going to clear. but I feel like this is an idea, an aha. Maybe somebody is getting an aha moment, or somebody is transforming really soon. Changes are just on the horizon. Let's clarify what's coming soon. I'm gonna get nosy for you guys. Let's get a little nosy and see what this is. Because there's an exclamation point here. So that's something, it's something that maybe you don't expect, but you kind of felt energetically was coming. Let's just get a message. Clarify, coming soon. What would be helpful to know? What is this all about? Coming soon. No longer feeling trapped in the cocoon. Coming soon is you or someone else having a complete revelation on how they were remaining stuck in a situation they didn't have to feel so trapped in. Because the Eight of Swords came out pretty big upside down. So it's somebody who has seen their reflection and had self-realization that they were the one keeping them stuck. They were seeing them out. They were seeing themselves, or that's you. You were seeing yourself as having to be tied down. Like you have these beautiful wings, but you're not supposed to use them, or you're not allowed to use them, or they didn't work so well that first time. Instead of giving something another go, you just maintain that it's like mental fog, or it's lack mentality. It's somebody who maybe was taught or conditioned, but it's usually out of situations where somebody just didn't believe that they could move. They can. This person is just looking at that reflection. So I feel like somebody's had some deep self-reflection on their shadow side on how to get out of a situation, because here you were free the whole time. It was only your mindset that needed to change to create the freedom, to create the growth, to go towards the inspiration, to have this reinvention of yourself. Usually it's interesting because I saw like a weird way through, or something right in front of you, or a solution. With the Eight of Swords, usually somebody is tied up and these swords are all around them, but all they have to do, even if the blindfold is on and they can't take it off, is change your angle. Go through something a different way. And that fence you thought was around you is actually not restricting you. There is always a way through, but first you have to believe that you can do it a different way. Maybe there's a side door, maybe there's a back door. But this is somebody who no longer wants to feel restricted and tied down. This is somebody who doesn't want to stay in the cocoon anymore. And they recognize, I was so used to that weird dark cocoon, I didn't even recognize that I had been free this whole time. So it is somebody who's changed their mindset, because it's the swords, Eight of Swords. It's also somebody who's changed their mind into, with that 8, abundance, possibilities, growth, a cycle that maybe is done, or something that kept dipping and like going around and around and around. This is somebody, I hear, breaking free. And here with the Six of Pentacles, look at all of these sunflowers. Sunflowers follow the sun. They're like, hello, sunshine. Hello, sunshine. So there is something about no longer looking into this abyss, this black hole, putting your head up, having beautiful reflection and gratitude towards anything that got you stuck before. Because even where you felt like you were stuck, that created some kind of tremendous growth in your spirit. So when your whole mindset is changed, something that would have gotten you stuck in the past is no longer going to, I feel you're no longer going to even stick around for. It's a fresh viewpoint on an old situation, and it's a fresh viewpoint on any new situation. With the Six of Pentacles, it's something coming back into balance. This could be a gift coming soon, where maybe you helped get somebody unstuck. or maybe it's a gift of wisdom that you utilize in your everyday world, because it's pentacles. So this is where you can take that sparkle in your spirit, or that idea that inspires you, that enthusiastic approach to a situation, that rebirth energy to go into change. And these changes can create so much in and outward flow of abundance in your life. You just have to recognize with the Six of Pentacles, maybe where you're overgiving or who's just taking. It's also recognizing that you need to open your arms to sometimes say thank you, to receive, because sometimes it's you that needs the help. You don't always have to do something on your own. If somebody's coming through here with that Six of Pentacles and offering you something, I feel like they're offering something because they can, not because they want to get anything in return. Because it looks like whoever this is has an abundance to offer. It's like a big ball of sunflowers, but there's a lot of hands here as well. So it could be that one person is maybe overgiving to a lot of other people, but I feel like that energy is pretty beautiful. I feel like if somebody felt restricted by overgiving, or because I feel like this is somebody who's a good Samaritan, they actually do really care to help. But if this is somebody who is now drained, feeling stuck, feeling lost, and they don't feel like they have any more to give, or they feel like where they give, it's not really received in gratitude, then it could be somebody still having planted beautiful seeds in the universe, and the universe is ready to give back, but maybe in a different environment, maybe in a different way. Because when something is done in truth and authentic energy and in love, those are beautiful seeds that were planted, and it might not come back directly where they were given, but it will come back absolutely karmically someplace else. I feel like for some of you, you need to recognize if you are a giver, to make sure you give back to yourself too, because you can't give from an empty plate. You know, have an empty cup, drained dry. You have to have some self-reflection on yourself and what may have been just kind of swallowing you whole, or even if your intentions were pure and true. Because I feel like you've come over here to where universe has so much to give back to you. But you have to recognize maybe taking yourself out of a certain environment so you can be more open here with what really wants to come in that is new and fresh and different. I hear this feels like you were just used to doing it that way. But until you go over here where it might be a little weird, it might be a little, unusual, a little bit outside your comfort zone, until you go into that new territory, you might not recognize how uncomfortable that other zone was for a very long time. And I do feel like there's something about the universe and God really wanting to give back to you, gifting you, giving you a blessing, offering you this chance to have change in your life, for everything to feel fresh and different. But you have to take that first step. So let's get another oracle message to clarify these. Let's do this one. What is this? Clarifying life situations. So clarify, coming soon, 8 of Swords, 6 of Pentacles. Please and thank you. Sometimes the 6 of Pentacles is offer exchange of energy and time. It doesn't have to be a pentacle, monetary. Sometimes it's, recognizing life. Time is valuable. Your energy, because time is something you don't really get back. So I do feel like for some of you, this might be volunteering or an energy exchange of some type, but energy just continues to circulate and move. And if it's positive energy you've given out, something is going to come back to you. Very positive and good. I just heard what goes around comes around. All right, let's get one message. Clarify the Six of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords, please. The bridge of connection. So there's a bridge here. Ooh, I like that as an in-between. So connect with like-minded individuals on your spiritual path. Join groups, attend events, and all that align with your beliefs. Connection enriches your journey. It's interesting because it says with your beliefs, but I kind of feel like you're connecting to people that actually have different beliefs or faiths, because I see you connecting with different people, not just one group. They all think a certain way. That just makes me think of, I just see a bunch of sheep like inside a fence without this freedom. I kind of feel like you're the black sheep energy, where you're hanging out with a green sheep and a rainbow sheep and a sparkly sheep, or you know, maybe it's not even sheep, maybe it's, you know, animals of all kinds, energetically speaking, where the vibes are the same. I'm getting that somebody around you, or the people you are going to be around or feel the most comfortable around, because you could join a group and they're all doing that same little niche or the interest as you, but then even if their interest is the same, if you don't vibe with them, I don't feel like that's the group for you. I feel like some of you might find a group that might not even be your direct interest, but might be something new that interests you, but it's because of the vibe of the people that you're with that it's cool. I kind of see just open-mindedness, and I feel like there's an acceptance about, I just heard quirks, everyone's quirks, or, you know, beliefs, viewpoint. I feel like it's more like a hodgepodge of, I see it like a table where everyone is kind of brainstorming. So maybe it's a project that you're working on, but I feel like everybody is heard, not disregarded. I feel like this is not around a bunch of caterpillars. It's around a bunch of like hummingbirds and dragonflies and butterflies over here. So let's see what the bridge is. You do have connection, and it says spiritual. So what can we jump to? Let's do this. I have a spirit messages. It's pretty spiritual. Let's get a spirit message on top of this. What would be helpful to know about this bridge of connection? Paying attention to the people that you feel connected to. Events. I feel like some of you are getting a ticket to some kind of event, some speaker, or maybe a concert or something like that, where you have this idea that comes out of nowhere and you kind of look them up and they're in your town in like 3 weeks. Or maybe for some of you, you get to travel to a different place, and that's pretty cool. That's definitely outside your comfort zone. I feel like you're actually going somewhere far just to see somebody. You're like gonna make a vacation out of it. Also, I see some of you taking some kind of class. I actually see some of you taking some kind of spiritual class, whether that be, I just see like drums, or maybe tapping into your intuitive gifts. Maybe something that has to do with healing or therapy, sound therapy. I feel like you go in a little bit nervous, slightly apprehensive, and you come out so strong, so thankful, so empowered, and almost like you come out of something transformed. But this could even be just a journey you go on with a friend. A little road trip might do you good. So let's see. Clarify with a spirit message, please, and thank you. What areas of your life are you avoiding? Are they causing you upset, worry, disrupted sleep? If so, these are the air. That's this 8 of Swords. You got to look into that abyss, that dark hole. Once you look there and you face those things, you know, the cocoon you don't want to leave, then everything gets to change. If some of you are in worry or anxiety, I feel like that could be causing you stress in the day, stalling your progress with something, or even, I'm getting even like blocking this. I feel like this Ace of Wands is so energetic. It feels so special. It's gonna create so much positive change in your life. And if that is something you're stalling on or creating your own block with, this is facing something head on. Face the elephant in the room, rip off the Band-Aid, see how you are personally connected to someone or something or not. If so, these are the areas you need to focus on. As much as you don't want to, it is necessary. Tackle your demons head on. Don't allow them to rule you for a second later. This is you feeling empowered. Whatever I said here, where you are feeling personally empowered on something that maybe made you feel like you were stuck. You are now recognizing you were the one that had to create the change to unstick yourself. I just thought of that song by Stacie Orrico. I think I'm saying her name right. Can't get out of bed today or get you off my mind. Something, I'm just tripping, I'm just some for you. You know what? You know what I'm saying. You know what I mean. I can't really get it. I haven't heard that song in a while. Let's go to the tarot. Let's go to the same tarot. Clarify. I said something before about the Art of Life tarot. So I feel like I maybe want to pull, let's pull one from here, and then I'm going to get the Art of Life. It's on my shelf over there. And kind of get a little deeper, different message from a different tarot. So tell us more about this bridge of connection. I always think of that song when I say connection by Elastica. Maybe it's about being more elastic or be more flexible. The connection is made. All right. One message, please. Ooh, the 5 of Swords. So I always find this such an interesting energy. Here, look at how it looks like the same person. This doesn't look, I feel like this is internal battles in your mind. Or if this is not your energy, that's what somebody else was. It's almost like they're fighting their own thoughts. Like playing this weird chess game with themselves, missing every wave of opportunity. Definitely getting stuck in their own mind. I'm even getting a little bit of self-sabotage here. Because there's somebody out here and they feel sad. They're kind of looking at their feet like they don't have the power to move forward, or, you know, the right idea or inspiration, or I don't know why I heard education. But then look at this person's bow and arrow. It's all sparkly with glittery spiritual energy. This person is not aiming. They're just holding that bow. So I'm getting a very different message than I normally get. There's also a flock of birds above. So maybe it's about this person feeling more empowered by believing in themselves. Maybe that's your energy. The 5 of Swords is sometimes upright. Let's go general tarot, because this is a new deck of cards and I'm getting different messages from this, you know, artist's interpretation. But generally the 5 of Swords is somebody who, you know, let's say it's this rebirth energy over here, and you're around a bunch of caterpillars or a bunch of people that are stuck in a situation or really enjoy what you're always dishing out but never giving back. It could be using mental manipulation to throw somebody off their game, to make them miss that target. because that target, or point them to a different target that's actually that person's selfish intentions. Because it's upright usually where there's not a meeting of the minds. It's like the battle of opinions, and everyone's just being small-minded, or there's somebody who plays a really bad game. It's somebody who just wants to win at all costs. They don't care who loses, and sometimes what they care about is who loses and not even winning. So that could be an environment some of you are leaving or already left, or what was keeping you or someone stuck here. It's like, why do you want to take those wings? You've always been a caterpillar. That's where, you should stay a caterpillar. Those wings are never going to get you anywhere. Like, let's just tie them down. You don't need to use them. And then this person's like, oh, I guess I don't know why I grew wings. Yeah, like I like it down here, crawling around. It's fine. Let's just do that. Yeah. It's like, no, man, you're flying when having that transformative energy. If someone's not catching up or not wanting you to fly free, then that's somebody restraining somebody else by whatever mental manipulation tactics they are trying to do to keep somebody stuck. Because that person's stuck in their energy, or in a lack mentality, or in a small little mind that doesn't want to expand and grow. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's spiritual evolution happens in different timing. Sometimes people come along with you. You got these pretty little hummingbirds flying together over here, but sometimes people have to do it on their own. If this is the other way, I really like it. If this is the other way around, it's Mr. Miyagi, The Five of Swords that way it's like the chess teacher. They don't let you win so you feel better. They don't let you win or do something to like stroke your ego. There's no games. They're going to give you a good game. They're going to see that you are mentally sharp, that you have a lot of potential, and they're going to, teach you the other way. It's like the Karate Kid. What did he have to do? You paint the house. he's like, oh, you're not even teaching me karate. Why am I painting your house? And then Mr. Miyagi's like, oh yeah, do the move. And he's like, whoa. So when it was the intelligence behind it, it's interesting because Mr. Miyagi also got something out of that. He got his house painted. He's given this kid free karate lessons, but there was actually an equal exchange of energy the whole time. There wasn't anything manipulating about it, even though maybe it did feel a little bit like that, because he's like, I don't understand what I'm painting. I hate this. You know what? And then when you do something like karate or, anything, flying a plane, anything that requires you to do something so much that it's an instinct, that it's second nature. You don't need to think about it. There are other people that could have gone to class and they had to plie and plie and plie again, plie. And even though they know what they're learning, they still had to do that move a couple of 1,000 times and then some for their body to really not have to think about that plie or that karate move. What was it? The crane? The crane? You just, yeah. But when you have done it so many times, now it's instinct. Now your body just knows what to do. And he learned that lesson. And Mr. Miyagi got his house painted. He ended up getting paid for it anyway. So it was a win-win. That's the difference. It's a win-win. Even if there's times where it didn't really feel like a win-win, when it's not a win-win, it's somebody that just wants to win, that's different. That's that other teacher in that show. That's kind of like a sourpuss, just wants to win, just wants everyone else to lose. He wants to be the best. I want the biggest trophy. It's not that. There can always be a win-win. That's, two people that keep each other mentally sharp. This is somebody who asks you really hard questions. So you go into that self-reflection and really ask those hard questions that have been ignored for too long and are stunting somebody's tremendous growth. This following of their joy and the sparkle in their spirit. I hear aspirations. I'm gonna go get that tarot deck. I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, let's get a final message of clarity from the Art of Life. What is an overall bridge or a message that would be helpful to know on this great transformation about to come in for you or somebody else? Maybe coming together. Hi, Rose. What you doing, babe? What is one message, please and thank you? The Knight of Swords. Something's going to come through very fast. Finally be thinking very clearly. Know how to focus their energy and their attention, their thoughts, their mindset. This is somebody who has a lot of confidence in their approach, in their intelligence. This is somebody really quick wit, you know? It's usually an air sign. If it's upside down, it could have been somebody who had on the blinders. They weren't seeing what was over there and what was over there. Those blinders were on. That blindfold was on a little too long. So it's knowing when to focus, when to go in with a plan, you know, with a conversation, what to say, but also being flexible that when new information comes into play, maybe something has to adjust. You have to know when to have that focus and when to take off the blinders and look around you and see the bigger picture as well. This is somebody, you know, they're a smart cookie. You have a lot of swords energy here. A little fire, a little earth. To dare. I just thought of the Gorillaz song. To dare is to lose one's footing momentarily. Just for a little moment. But not to dare, that's whatever I saw before. Not to dare, not to try is to lose oneself. That's really big. This set, what is your one that says you're going to reinvent yourself? You have to be open and embrace change and new cycles when they come in. This is stepping up to bat, having the kahunas to do it. Because sitting on the sideline, you know, staying in that situation that felt like you were trapped or wrapped, or in a place where the foundation wasn't that fertile, and dreaming about this, you know, situation over here, dreaming about change, dreaming about flying and not using the wings, is where you lose yourself completely. You can step up to bat and fail, but at least you stepped up. Maybe you want to step up to bat again. Maybe you step up and baseball is not your thing and you're going to join a knitting club. That's more your style. But to think about doing something and constantly be on the bench, or only go to the game, but you really want to be playing something, this is you giving yourself the chance to be on that field. It's usually Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, but it's just an energy. What is this as well? I think it's Don Quixote. Don Quixote. And that's in Munich, Germany. So let's get you a final. Even though I thought that was the final tarot. Let's get you a final. The finale of the reading, a message from the universe. Says. Okay. What is one final message? Also, Rose is trying to get my attention. I think she wants to play. So, one final message, please and thank you. Don't lose sight of this truth. You came here to evolve, grow, transform. So it's necessary to experience, you can hear her, difficult times, because that's where you grow the most. That's where you escalate. There is always light at the end of that dark tunnel. But when you were down there, what did you discover about yourself? What did you figure out that needs to be let go of? Or How did you, I hear rediscover your own strength, your inner strength, all you've already come through and all you can still get to do. Because this is someone who falls off the horse, but it ain't your first rodeo. This is somebody that gets up again, and if you were given a bunch of lemons, you're like, okay, gotta make me some lemonade. It's just your mindset. That's all that has to change. And with this, I bid you adieu. I think Rose, she doesn't want to come up, but she wants my attention with my hand down there. So I'm going to leave you with this. I hope this reading was helpful today. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for giving this reading a thumbs up. It really helps out me and Rose and this channel. And I appreciate knowing that, you know, something here was helpful. Also, I always read your comments. Thank you so much. If anything here resonated for you, I would love to hear about it. And with this, I bid you adieu. I love you so much, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you, friends. Bye.